Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I am Miss AyeVee, your Clark County Poet Laureate, and we are back for another episode of the Poetry Corner. Today, we are celebrating our fall, coming into the end of the year with none only than Nise, spoken word artist, community organizer, published author, girl, all the things. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I feel like I want to talk to you about so many things because you do so many amazing things within our community. You're really kicking butt and taking names. I mean, if we're just being honest,
the list is getting long.
It is, but you do so much stuff for the community. But I do want to focus on you today, because you are such an accomplished artist in many different forms of literature. So today, I'd love to talk about your brand new poetry album. That's a CD, y'all. Okay, music, everything. I absolutely love it. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit about maybe a little bit of that like transition from just being on the page to actually having music and your own CD that you're literally submitting for the Grammys, girl. These are big things. Okay, so let us know the deal.
So Nuance going from, it's called Nuance going from page to music was totally by chance. I have a friend, you may know him as Rob Lacey, who happens to have studio equipment and just kind of talked me into it one day. I knew that I wanted to do more with the poetry that I had. I knew that I wanted to develop something, and I had already done 2 books in the past. So I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to try to do a poetry book. I wasn't sure if I had enough content that I was prepared to put into another book. I wasn't sure. And he just kind of gave me the idea. He said, well, why not an album? And I said, really? It just kind of like piqued my interest that that was even an option. And I said, I don't know how to do any of that. And he just said, well, don't worry about it. I'll teach you. We'll go through it.
Yes.
And we did it. And it came out to this beautiful project that I had involvement in from beginning to end. I got to choose every single track, every high and low of every single song or sample, or the way the tone in my voice. I got to choose every single part of it, and it was such a fun process.
I bet. I mean, just think about it, it's like, first of all, we hear a lot of things like within music industries and working with other people that sometimes you feel like your own voice gets stifled, that your own choices maybe don't hold as much weight as you wish they did.
Right.
So it's amazing to hear that that was not the case for you, that this was really your baby.
It was. It completely was. And, I had no idea that it would even do as well as it did. It was just kind of for me at first. That's the whole reason I did it, was to be able to say, oh, okay, I did it. Check that off the bucket list. And for it to have gotten as much love and support as it has gotten from the community has been overwhelming in the best way.
Wow, in the best way. Okay, so how was it for you to make the decision to submit the album for Grammy recognition?
My distributor did it.
Okay. So was that kind of a, hey, I'm doing a thing?
That wasn't planned either. I'm telling you. So from the time of the conceptualization of the project, I had no idea we were going to go this route. I'm talking submitting it for any type of awards or anything like that. It just wasn't in my view of the picture. But of course, my distributor, shout out to Pro of Create Digital and Virgin Records, but with the help of my distributor, they kind of assisted with getting it across all streaming platforms. The numbers started moving, and it went from Las Vegas Black Music Awards. Won that for Best Spoken Word Artist, and then I was getting a notification that it was being submitted for consideration for the Grammys, and again, it wasn't a path that I initially set out to do or chose. It just happened that way.
Oh my gosh, I love that. You know what? There's this saying that I kind of just always like hold in my pocket, that you have to let your work live beyond your expectations
Right.
of it.
Yes.
And that's really where the magic is. And that can be so challenging, right? We're talking about.
And that's how it's felt magical. You said it. Let it be where the magic is.
Okay.
It's felt magical.
I love that. And it's
Yeah.
like the magic that happens when you get out of the way, let things flow, let them live beyond even ourselves, right? Because now so many other people are tapping in, they're listening, and they're having their own moment, their own narratives
Yep.
with your work, with your help,
Yep.
with your artistry. How amazing, and congratulations.
Thank you. I heard it once in church, do the work that you can, let God do the rest.
Yes, because that's really what it's about, and I think the fun of
Yeah.
having this creativity to
Yeah.
just create beautiful things.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
You get it.
I do my thing. I am such a lover of literary arts, but just art in general as well, and seeing people be so brave and do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking about doing your thing, are you going to be able to share a poem with us today?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yes. All right. So I love it. Tell us the name of your poem and do your thing.
You know what? At the moment, it is untitled.
Ooh.
It's fairly new.
Okay, new stuff.
Yeah, it's something that I'm looking forward towards placing on my new project.
Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. New project next year. And yeah, I'll jump right into it if that's
Awesome.
okay.
Yes.
Awesome. I am a woman, a black woman. Not a whisper, not a rumor, not the footnote they'll bury in the fine print when the history books get out of line, when our tales become horror stories to their children. I am the flesh and blood fulfillment of what my grandmother's grandmother dreamed about. In the fields where the sun was too merciless and the overseer too mercenary. You ask me how I know, and I will tell you. It's because I've done my research. There's an Abilene Reporter headline in 1949 that reads, 107-year-old negress, former slave, succumbs. 44 great-grands later, I am the reason her knees did not buckle for a century. Not just legacy, but prophecy. See, I am both cosmic and kitchen table, galaxies and gossip, nebula and nectar, stardust and side eyes, chaotic and celestial. Star-born, but still scrolling the timelines for the tea. I can cuss in cadence, sing psalms from scars, grab my gumption from the gutter. I'll breastfeed the future, balancing it on my hip with one arm, fighting away the world with the other. Because I am a woman, a black woman. Vibrating in realms too high for low frequencies to reach. Operator, connect them, please, because they need the bars. You can't walk a mile in my shoes. You don't have the soul for it. This road, too slick for you to travel. You don't have the right shoes. You don't have the soles for it. I'm talking dipped in ultra sheen, satin cream, press, and blue magic. You don't have the soul for it. I stand before you a woman, a black woman. I can mourn with mascara running and still snap you straight for thinking my grief would make me fragile. Can't you see I'm surviving in a country that is unaliving me while simultaneously proclaiming to me pro-life? Gaslighting me with representation while Congress writes laws on my body with hands that are 70% male. My womb, both war zone and wonder. I'm a woman, a black woman. And I will cry in my collard greens on Sunday night and still clock into work Monday morning. Behold, I hold the paradox of being praised for the power in my strength and punished for it in the same breath. You're too independent for men who have forgotten that they were systemically taken away from me. Yes, Black Queen, give us strength, girl, from women who'll cry corporate colonial tears whenever I speak my sovereignty. I am a woman, and my womanhood is not up for your debate, not for your panel, not for your podcast, not for tonight's conversation on what do I bring to the table. I am the table. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. I hope we got some snaps going on at home.
I had to clean that up a little bit.
That was good. We love that. Okay. I am the table. She said what she said. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your work with us. I don't know about everybody else, but I cannot wait for this new project.
The new project is going to be fun. It's going to be great. And, you know, I just want more opportunities to be able to share that gift with the world and find new ways to give back, you know, from the youth artists that we work with to my own personal projects. I just want to make sure I'm tapping in and giving it all back.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We absolutely appreciate you. And folks, make sure you tap in with us for more poetry right here in Clark County. Head over to the Clark County website to get all things poetry right here in Southern Nevada. Remember, it's always a good time for poetry. I'm Miss AyeVee. See you next time.